Open kasi. Mwakwaba.
Ah, yeah.
Bibiaboko.
Biaboko.
Ya chat na studio.
Nyankontɔn Roma. Biaboko.
Edo body na si. Organic studio.
Apebi.
Na say ya wada. Ene ya wo. Open wada Roma obi bisa say planet be na eruli.
Planet Jupiter rules today. These two particular planets of Uranus and Jupiter come together. Jupiter being the ascendant, and Neptune and Uranus lying at the sides. But Uranus becomes the descendant today.
Wow.
Today is 13th. Two planets combine to form one particular thing. That is the Sun and Jupiter. The Sun and Jupiter. Although the Sun has become the primary planet in terms of energy and frequency, but the power of Jupiter supersedes that of the Sun today.
Okay.
Well, and from an on what in the brew, you are not soon. Until no be a everyone does something which is so difficult that one becomes tireless, one becomes stressed out. It's as a result of the ruling or the effect of the energies of the Sun and Jupiter, which comes together to form the energy of Uranus.
Thank you very much. That's Kantanka Kabanana Akroma. For you is explaining the planetary ruling. And Doc, we are talking about human path or human path. What actually blocks our path? When we talk about path, what exactly is path?
Life is a journey. Life is a journey. Abraboya kwentu utu kwanya unam kwem. When you are traveling, you pass on a way. And that particular way is what we call the path. So you are traveling. Now which path? There are 12 stars that controls your path throughout your life. And we call it the 12 Zodiac Signs. So, whilst you are traveling, you should be led by these particular 12 stars so that you reach your destination, so that you don't face any opposition, you don't face any obstacle in life. For one thing is that we have set up our own cultures, and then we do the wrong things at the right time and the right things at the wrong time. So if that happens, it becomes a flout to the natural law. So therefore we must suffer. Rana yasisa to hono when ni so san so ma du mienu we nyina wa ne mra se eduru wona wa anya de wasa wo ye no pe na okoya de foforo a eti asade na e ma wo bre enti no in the beginning the things that blocked our path was hardly part and parcel of our lives, but due to what is called change, perpetual change in culture, due to colonialism, certain things have entered our path, our true path, and it has become some sort of unbreakable barricade before us. You can never break it unless you follow the true path. If you are able to follow the true path, the portal is open for you to pass through. And it is a path that is connected to the 12 stars in space called the 12 Zodiac Signs, which the 7 planets pass through. The Sun also walks through. The Sun is the Jesus they are talking about, and the 12 stars represent the disciples. It is a code, and they don't want us to understand. So if they mention Bartholomew, you must know that Bartholomew simply is Capricorn. When they mention Judas, you must know that Judas is your penis, which is Scorpio.
Judas is my penis.
When they mention Peter, Peter is Aries, the zodiac sign of Aries. That is fire. And if you don't know this, you will suffer. And it is the path which every human being must follow. If you don't follow this 12 path, then you have lost your way. And if you go contrary to the laws of these 12 stars, you will suffer. So, how these things work, the mechanics and dynamics behind this, the interactions among them, is what I call the natural law. If you break the natural law, you suffer. It's your debi oha, ye nye. Adibi oha ye nye aduane bi. Ade bi wo ho a yentu kwan. Oni way. So, these things have blocked our path. In as much as we don't know the laws, which is why we have gone contrary to them. You don't know it, and somebody has brought his so-called doctrine and has indoctrinated you, and you are following his path. How then will you be able to open the portal, pass through, for you to reach at the apex or the apices of life? Won't you do that?
Wow.
And you know, before colonialism, there was a kind of political system. British colonies, Nigeria, Gambia, Sierra Leone, and Ghana were called the 4 colonies of the British. And we were ruled through the indirect rule. Everything the white man brought here is contrary to our laws. That's
the opposite side.
Opposite side. We want to create a polarity law. When you create the polarity law, you suffer. And something like politics blocks your path. Sports blocks your path. Easter or April Fool blocks your path. Christmas blocks your path. Valentine's Day blocks your path. St. John's Day blocks your path. St. Patrick's Day blocks your path. All these things are part and parcel of the things which the white man did introduce to the African soil. We followed it, and it has blocked our path totally. You never go to China and see them celebrate Christmas, but we have taken it upon ourselves that it is the greatest thing, the birth of Jesus Christ. Obika says yes, you are on 25th. Why in the Bible can you tell me that Jesus Christ was giving birth to? Or yes.
But I don't know idea nipa obia nim say ye wo no ye de atete no onim say ono onim say Yesu ye wo no 25th of December.
Let me tell you something. Yes, Yesu has to do with 7 things. The 7 colors of rainbow. Yes, that's what they call Jesus.
How? It's saying Yesu.
Jesus has, yes, the 25th day state in the Bible has to do with 2 things. That is the moon and Mercury. But the power of Mercury overshadows that of the moon on that particular 25th December. If that happens, there is a connection, strong connection or strong profound cosmic bond between the sun and planet Neptune. When these 2 things connect, then it forms what is called the God force, the creative principle, what created everything into being. The sun has something in it called the spiral of life. So this particular spiral of life is embodied within the sun. It represents expansion, growth, and cosmic energy or life force. So on the 25th of December, planet Neptune is the main principle of the moon, whilst the sun stands on its own. So if these 2 particular planets are brought together, its energies are combined or come into harmony, then a new thing is born called the God force, the creative principle, and everything come into being. And you know, on the 25th of December, from the 17th of December up to 25th, there lies an 8-day period. From 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and 25th. So 8 days. 8 is the number of Saturn, which they call Satan. So these 8 days is when they bring something like the Boxing Day into existence. Now, why boxing?
Why boxing? Yes.
Every box has 8 sides. It is never a rectangle. It is a box. So count the size of a box and you get number 8. For which reason they call it Boxing Day. Number 8 is their god they worship called Saturnalia. Saturnalia. It was a pagan worship in Italy or Rome before it was converted into Christianity. Yes. So within this period, sacrifices are being made for Saturn or Saturnalia. Men sleep with men and women sleep with women, which we call homosexuality. They believed that within that particular period, it's called the grace period. When you commit something, a sin, you will never be punished, because it is a period where everyone must have the freedom or the leeway to do what he or she likes. Enti eduru saa bre na ena omo ye omo amamre, omo ye omo sacrifices. Enti no se wo ye bia what? Se wo celebrate bia what? So before 25th we don't sleep, right? Now what's the meaning of this? 24 simply means the moon and Uranus, when it comes together, it forms the energy of Venus. They need blood, because every sacrifice has to do with blood. So when you don't sleep, then you run short of what is called one, fluid, water fluid within your arteries, veins, and your capillaries. And two, you lose some blood, which is why sometimes when you don't sleep, you tend to grow lame. The blood which you have lost is a sacrifice for Saturnalia, but this time it is an indirect form of worship of the Saturnalia. At that time, the sun crosses the border or the cusp, moving from the southern signs up to the northern signs. They said Jesus is born.